Hello, this is Heather Hoffman, and I have a super simple layered card to share with you today. Sometimes you just need a card and you need it in a hurry, and this butterfly was so detailed and intricate. I just thought it was really pretty, and I had plans to add more to this, but sometimes it just kind of comes together and you don't want to spoil it by adding anything more. So I'm starting off right on my white card base. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that butterfly image. You'll notice as I stamp, I chose Gina K amalgam ink. I was originally going to color this in with Copics. So I decided to stamp it with an alcohol ink friendly, alcohol marker friendly ink. Sorry, I can talk today, I promise. And I'm stamping it. It's such a fine, detailed, ethereal image. I'm stamping it plenty of times on there because I wanted it to be nice and crisp and dark with all those fine details. I didn't want to miss a single one, and I wanted them really clear. And then I went ahead and came in with the sentiment. I like to line it up underneath using the grid on my MISTI, and the grid on my desk was kind of throwing me off, so I had to line up the MISTI with the grid on the desk. But I went ahead and just stamped that with VersaFine ink. I wasn't planning on coloring over that, so I find that's kind of my go-to ink a lot of times just for black sentiments like that. So I went ahead and stamped that on there. Now I'm going to grab that butterfly back and I'm going to go ahead and stamp and heat emboss this on the vellum. So I'm using my embossing powder tool just to keep anything from sticking. I'm using clear embossing ink. Originally I was going to stamp this with white embossing powder. Or heat emboss it with white embossing powder because I was going to color that butterfly in. I still want to try that sometime because I think it would be really pretty, but I started looking at it once I'd stamped it at how pretty it was, and I thought, that just needs a little gold. It just felt like it needed that glamorous, glitzy gold touch. So I switched mid-card there and went ahead and heat embossed it with gold embossing powder. And then Vellum is really easy to fussy cut. It's so fine and it's just easy to get your scissors in there and get nice and close to the image. So I just went around and cut just the body and the wings out. I left all those extra little detail antenna extra bits on there. I'm just going to leave those in the black, but I went around very carefully, cutting as close to the image as I could without cutting over that stamped line. And then I'm just going to adhere that right over the center of the butterfly, but I want to leave the wings free. The nice thing with that gold embossing powder, it's going to hide my adhesive a little more. Excuse the back of my head there. I just went ahead and added just a touch of glossy accents over the body on the card. When you're using a liquid glue, you don't want to use too much because it'll kind of, first of all, it'll push out from under your image, but it'll also kind of bubble your cardstock. But I just adhered it in that center there. It's a good sturdy adhesive that's going to dry nice and sturdy, but left those wings floating free. Just added the perfect amount of dimension, easy and flat to mail, but still kind of just a fun touch and a super elegant card. Thanks so much for coming by today. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.